So, good evening. I'm Bruce Reynolds, as Gal shared. And where shall I begin? BBC, I guess. Let me start from there. So, I was with the BBC as a business and economics journalist here in London on breakfast. And enjoyed it, but didn't fully like it. I wasn't completely fulfilled. So I decided to leave and do an MBA in International Business and Entrepreneurship in Honolulu, Hawaii. So I was based in Honolulu, Hawaii for 2.5 years and taught journalism at the university because I have an MA in journalism. So that was that. When I graduated, I then moved to Los Angeles, planning on doing marketing and branding, and started doing that, but then ended up doing some TV again. Out there, I've been doing a show called On the Red Carpet, which is an entertainment show. It's ABC's first entertainment show, interview different celebrities, blah, 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 blah. However, probably 1 month ago now, July, probably I would say the ending of last year, I really started to feel like how authentic am I being in doing this role, in that I could do the role, but it wasn't meeting all of my value systems, really. Because Hollywood is quite shallow and thick and all the rest of it. And there are some people that enjoy that world and enjoy being around those conversations. I don't mind being around those conversations, but I don't particularly want to be around those types of conversations all the time. And when you're on telly and interviewing people, it's quite all-consuming because ultimately there is a kind of persona that people know you as out there. And you have to kind of maintain that, because bottom line of it is, you have a job, but your main job is for people to like you. And what I found doing the red carpet stuff was I enjoyed it, but I wasn't completely fulfilled by it. So I decided to take a step back from that and basically just reevaluate everything and really reevaluate my value system and what my legacy would be basically when I leave this earth. And so that was the beginning of a journey, really. And I'll back up, because before I left England to do my MBA, I started making inroads to marketing and branding, and there's a firm called Sister that I'm actually the international director of. We're based here in Carnaby Street, and this area is actually one of our clients. So our client is Shaftesbury. I don't know who your landlord is here, but it's one of our clients.
Not Shaftesbury.
Okay. And who else? So we have other property owners that are our clients, and we basically promote and market and brand and everything else. And I enjoy it because it allows me to really clearly identify what I want to do in this world and what kind of impact do I want to make without being under the kind of microscope of media and being on telly and all the rest of it, and then also having to fulfill a lot of how can I put it, agendas, for lack of a better term, because there is agendas in media and everything else. So in a nutshell, I'd probably say the two things that I've been using as my gauge as I navigate this next chapter of my life would be, one, how am I loving myself daily? Because I think we can be in situations whereby we allow certain things into our world and into our space that are not very good and healthy for us. And we just accept it because it's work, or we accept it because it's this person or that person. But the bottom line of it is, I think it's so important we look at how am I loving myself in this situation? How am I loving myself being in this zone and realm? And then the second thing I always look at is my value system, really, and how do I align my value system with what I'm doing on a daily basis? Because I think it's so important to acknowledge and own my value system, because ultimately if there's a conflict, there's going to be a lack of peace, for lack of a better term, and just not a sense of being completely present in the situation, which I think is really important to be present and conscious. So I hope that gives you some kind of overview of kind of my working thought process.
Do you have a spontaneous question for us?
A spontaneous question? I think a spontaneous question, I think it would be just that, how are you loving yourself on a daily basis? That would be my spontaneous question, is how are you loving yourself on a daily basis? Because it's so key to love yourself.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How does that show up for you personally? Where you recognize it tangibly, that you are loving yourself and it impacts the rest of your day?
Tangibly, for me, it's how happy, I would say. How much happiness and how much joy do I have in a given moment, I would say. That is my level of how I love myself. Because I think happiness and joy, peace and all those wonderful things, is so key and important. And when I have that and I'm operating, I know that I'm really loving myself in the situation. If I'm not in that zone for whatever reason, then I go back to, okay, how I love myself and what can I do? Because I can't change other people out there and how people interact with me. I can change how I'm going to interact and respond with whatever it is that's happening.
So I'm really hearing that you're being responsible for your own happiness and joy.
Absolutely.
So that you can bring that to the context out there in the world, so it has a positive impact.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.